We have a breaking news item on the text messages between former members of the Mueller team. Senator Ron Johnson, appearing on a radio show in Wisconsin, just said that a text discovered from Peter Strzok from 2 days after the Mueller investigation launched, where Strzok said he wants no part of the probe, quote, nothing there, no collusion. Another revelation from Senator Johnson in that same interview. A November 14th memo, 2016, by Lisa Page to Peter Strzok talks again about our plan. Our is capitalized. That's a week after the election. Judge Napolitano is here. First of all, those two revelations, you deal with that. What do you make of it?
I think these two are a two-person wrecking team to the reputation of the FBI, and it's unfortunate if they can't check their very strong political opinions at the door, if they use those political opinions to drive what they're doing in their official work. Now,
wait, hold on a second here. We've got the revelation that they're talking about a secret society within the FBI, these two.
That would be...
And now our plan.
I don't know what the our plan is, but if you combine our plan with secret society, you actually have in writing the revelation of what many of us have been ranting and raving about. I characterize my own behavior as ranting and raving for years, and that is the deep state. That is the part of the government unauthorized by the Constitution, which never changes no matter which party is in power, that exercises extraordinary power and influences the way the government goes for its own sake.
This cabal appears to have interfered with the results of our election.
Well, attempted to interfere with the results of the election.
Deliberately tried to do it.
By attempting to dislodge the validly elected president of the United States from the White House.
What's the legal word for that? Treason?
No. That legal word is not true. Treason is defined in the Constitution. Well, it would be a conspiracy to disrupt the election laws. But look, the reference, there's no collusion there, was made 2 days after Bob Mueller was appointed. So I don't know on what basis he could have made that. Mueller had not even started his investigation. It is odd that he says, I don't want any part of it. Then he becomes a major part of it. Then these texts become public, and then he gets fired and moved into an HR position.
Wait a minute. 50,000 emails between these two. Texts, averaging 68 per day. And all of these texts were taken in a time frame that included the dossier, it surfaced, Flynn was interviewed by Strzok, Comey was fired, Mueller appointed, and you got 50,000 emails between these two.
The texts are all on mobile devices issued by the government. The government owns the hardware, the government owns the software, the government owns the texts. Where are the texts?
Yes,
this brings us back almost full circle to Mrs. Clinton, to yet another example of the sudden disappearance of profound evidence in the hands of the government, just disappearing.
That is a plot, that is a conspiracy amounting to the undermining of America's electoral system.
All right, it's an attempt, because it obviously didn't succeed. Donald Trump was elected, and Donald Trump is still the president of the United States. But think about it. The president of the United States is the chief law enforcement officer of the land, and one of his weapons to enforce the law is the FBI. Now there's a cabal in the FBI that wants to dislodge him from his position as president of the United States. That's essentially what we're talking about this morning.
Yes. And it's diverted. It's not Russia, Mueller and Trump. It's not that. It's this bunch and Hillary Clinton.
Well, look, there are 8,000 FBI agents. We know about one of them, Strzok. Page is not an agent. She's a lawyer. And they have some relationship to each other whereby they text 60. This is more than you and I text 68 times a day. I never heard of such a thing. But whatever. And it's coming out in such a way as to impair the reputation of the FBI. There's so much more of
You're putting it so mildly, Judge. It is a cabal. It is a plot. It is a conspiracy to undermine our electoral system and the government of the United States.
2 people out of 8,000.
I don't care how many it is. They were senior people in charge of these investigations.
She's a low-level lawyer. He was a senior person. I agree with you on that. And Bob Mueller caught it and fired him.
Okay.